Hi, welcome to the CallFire Health and Fitness Collections webinar. We're going to show you today how to do collection calls if you're in the health and fitness arena. This could also be useful for any other people who need to do relatively soft level collections. This isn't really designed to be a high volume, high collection agency type of campaign. So what we're going to do is basically set up a quick little IVR that tells our person, greets them, says hello, tells them that they owe some money to us, and offers them a couple of ways to make a payment. One is to press 1 and make a payment to us and be connected immediately, and the other would be to follow up with a phone call to us. So to get started, this is an outbound IVR, so we would go up to Create Campaign, and under there we would go to IVR Broadcast and click on Create IVR Broadcast. That brings us to the IVR Designer, and basically we are going to create a couple of scripts that tell the telephone call what to do and how to interact with the caller. So what we're going to do is start with a greeting, and we will call this play greeting. You don't have to give everything a name, but it's a good idea because if you're going to do any kind of navigation through the IVR, it's helpful to use the names because that's how the go-to tags, which are the ways you navigate, know where to go to navigate to. So a play tag basically is going to play a sound file. And what we want to do is we can play either a recording. We could go to your website and do that. That's what this URL is. And we click on that. We could type in a fully qualified domain name like http://www.mysite.com and type in myfile.wave, spelled this correctly, .wave, and we could play that sound file, or it could be an MP3. This is one way to do it. If you're changing the sound files frequently, that might be a practical way to do it on your server. But it's not a good idea to always be bringing things across the network. That slows things down. So if you're just going to record the basic message one time, it might be easier to just use recorded sound and go to your CallFire recordings and do that. Now this might be useful if you're going to just have a basic message that says, hello, this is Planet Fitness, or hello, this is Fred's Gym. You owe us money, please press 1 now, or call us at XYZ number and make a payment. So that would be with a generic speech. But if you want to actually personalize your collections call, which is the point of using the IVR, you probably want to use the text-to speech. And in using the text-to-speech, we give you three female voices, 1 male, and 3 English voices, 1 Spanish. We're going to deal with the English voice right now, and we're going to use Roger, who is a baritone and fairly slow pace. He's not only easier to listen to, he sounds more authoritative. So this is a good idea for the collection call. So what you do is you select your voice, select text-to-speech, select your voice, and then you can type in whatever you want it to say here. If you're using Spanish, you can select Maria, and Maria has the advantage that she can interpret currency in Spanish. She can do times and dates and various things like that, numbers in Spanish. Okay, so we're going to do Roger, and basically your collection call is going to consist of a couple of things. First, you want to explain to them who this call is for. So something like, hello, this call is for and now we have to put in a name, okay? Well, the name is going to come from the uploaded spreadsheet that you upload. We're going to reference a couple of columns. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you in a few minutes how to set up your spreadsheet, but we're going to reference that spreadsheet and reference columns of the spreadsheet. The way we do that is what's called a variable reference. And the way to reference a variable is $, piano bracket, the word contact, dot, and then the column letter. Now, as it turns out, our first name is in column B. So this will be contact B, and then close piano bracket. For those who don't know, the piano bracket, also called a curly brace, is the funny looking bracket to the right of the P when you hold down shift. So it's $, piano bracket, contact, dot, whatever the column letter is, and then close piano bracket. So I actually have both the first name and the last name. So we can put, this is a call for contact B, contact.c, and that's all we're going to say in the greeting. Or let's actually add one more, from Joe's gym. Okay, so this is a call for, and let's say it's Bobby Jones. This is a call for Bobby Jones from Joe's gym is what it'll read. Okay, or this is a call for Cindy Williams from Joe's gym. And it'll read those names from the spreadsheet. So this is all we're going to put in the greeting. Hello, this call is for Bobby Jones from Joe's gym. We're going to say okay. Now, the next thing we want to do is we're going to do a more complicated speech to them, where we're going to offer them the option of pressing 1 to talk to us now, okay, or pressing 2 to leave a message, or pressing 3, or pardon me, not pressing 3, or we're going to give them a phone number where they can call us back. So what we're going to do is, we've done our play greeting. The next thing, because it offers options, in order to ask a question or read something to them and give them options for pressing things back, we need to have a play tag that describes what we're doing and what we want them to do. And we need to have key presses that capture their key press that they're pressing on their phone. So somehow these all have to work together, and the press menu is the way they work together. We would bring down a press menu for the next level. And notice that brings down 1 play tag and 1 key press. And that's because the menu holds the play tag and the key press together as all at one level. We can have more than 1 key press. We can even have more than 1 play under the menu, but we must have a menu. So let's fill out the action box for the menu first. Give it a name. Call it menu. And we'll just call this main, okay? This is our main menu. Max digits is the number of key presses they need to press to give us an answer. So we're going to say, press 1 if you'd like to be transferred to us now. Press 2 if you'd like to leave a message. So each of those key presses, 1 or 2, are single digits. So we're going to leave the max digits 1. Timeout is in milliseconds. This is 3,500 milliseconds. That's 3.5 seconds. That's how long we can give them to press 1 or 2. Okay? And then we're going to say okay. And then we want to do the play tag. So we're going to call this play _ main. Use our text to speech. Use Roger's voice. And so basically what we're going to, remember we already did the greeting. Hello, this call is for Bobby Jones from Joe's gym. So we're going to start with Bobby's first name. We're going to be friendly. This is a friendly collection call. So contact.b, Bobby, for example. Our records show that you owe us. And then we have to read him the amount of money he owes us. Okay? In this case, Bobby owes us $12,345. So we want to reference column D. Remember, column C is the last name. Column D is the amount of money they owe us. So we're going to do $, piano bracket, contact D, close piano bracket. Okay. Bobby, our records show that you owe us $12,345. If you would like to pay that now, press 1 to be connected. with the next available agent. Okay, let's spell available right. Press 2 to leave a message, or you can call us back at, let's say, 213-555-1234. Okay. Bobby, our records show that you owe us whatever amount of money. If you would like to pay that now, press 1 to be connected with the next available agent. Press 2 to leave a message. Or you can call us back at 213-555-1234. And Roger's voice will read all this correctly. So that takes care of that. Now we need to do the key presses for if they press 1 or 2 or whatever. So the first thing we're going to do is a key press for pressing 1. And we're going to make things easy. We're going to use an acronym for the key press, just KP underscore. And this is main response 1. The press value is the actual key they're pressing for this. So this is 1. We're going to say OK. And they press 1. Okay. So this is to be transferred to an agent. So we can now do a transfer tag underneath this. The first thing we want to do is let them know they're being transferred. So we're going to do a play tag. We're going to call this play underscore main response 1. Use our text to speech, use Roger, and we'll just say, please wait for the next available agent. Or please wait, you're being transferred, or please wait, an agent will be with you shortly. However you want to phrase it. Okay? And then we bring down a transfer tag, and the transfer tag also goes under the key press, so it's all lined up. And if we just have one agent available and we're going to transfer to them, we can just put in a name and a transfer number. We can call this transfer underscore main response 1. Put in our number 213-555-1234. Actually, we don't need a hyphen there. And this is all we need to do. But suppose we have more than one agent. You can put as many agent phone numbers as you want here, separated by a comma. So we can put 213-555-1235, etc. Okay? If you have more than one number, you must enable advanced features to tell how to deal with them. And the transfer style tells that. In this case, all of our agents are there to help collect money. So I want to use the ring all, which rings all of their numbers at once until someone picks up. Okay? And so this would ring everybody's number. I can send the caller ID from the person, from Bobby Jones, for example. Now, keep in mind, to send caller ID, this is a variable, so it's $ piano bracket. It's actually a system variable, so it uses call dot first. And it's not caller ID, because if you think about it, we're sending out these calls. They're coming from us. So we're the caller ID. They are the phone number. So you would put in call.phone number, and that will send Bobby Jones' phone number on. Okay? We can play hold music for Bobby while he's waiting. A little bit of classical. We want to soothe him, make him in a friendly mood. And we don't want to time out because we want this to continue ringing until someone picks up. And nor do we want to do any continue after transfer. We could do a whisper in case we have a couple of other businesses going. We could say something like this is a Joe Jim collection call. And that way we know how to answer the phone. So we say okay. And that takes care of the transfer. Okay? So remember, that was the first part. Press 1 if you want to be transferred. We told them to press 2 if they want to leave a message. So let's look at how to leave a message. But first, let's save our work. It's always good to save early and save often. And now that we've saved it, okay, let's bring down a second key press. And remember that this play and this key press are dependents of this menu. So we want that to happen too. So we point this at the menu and drop it in its place. And we can call this KP main response 2. And the key they're going to press for this is 2. Okay, so key press 2, this is a recording. So now we have to tell them how to leave the recording. So to leave a message, and do play main response 2. Use Roger again. We're just going to say, please leave your name, phone number, and message after the beep. And one of our agents will call you back shortly. Let's fix that. Please leave your name, phone number, and let's make this phone number. And message after the beep, and one of our agents will call you back shortly. And let's add press pound when finished. Pound is pre-programmed, or the hashtag is pre-programmed to end whatever node we're on and move on to the next one. So it will stop the recording. So we can say OK. And then we can bring down a record tag. And the record tag starts with a beep or a tone. So we don't have to worry about that. We want to give the record tag a name. We'll call it record main R2. And the variable name, this is just a heading in the report for what this recording is. We'll call it customer message and abbreviate customer. We're not going to record rest of call because we've told them to hang up. You could record the call right from the beginning and do a disclaimer. And then you would record rest of call. Okay. And so that's it. And then we would do a hang up. And we don't actually need to give this a name. So that will be it. And let's say for legal reasons, it just dawned on me, we might want to actually do a recording of the entire conversation. Okay. In that case, how would I want to do this? I would probably, let's put a recording down here, and I can move this up to the top. So we're going to start our whole thing with a recording. We're going to call this record all, variable name. We'll call this collection call, and we will do record rest of call. And now let's alter our greeting. Hello, this call is for Bobby Jones from Joe's Gym. This call may be recorded for quality or other purposes. And there's our legal disclaimer if you're in a state that requires it. So now we're recording the entire thing. Okay? And the only other thing we have, this is basically it. We've transferred, we have a hang up. Okay? So this is the entire IVR, and we would save it. And then we would say next. And we could upload our list, and we would prepare a spreadsheet and send that. Now, our prepared spreadsheet would need to be set up properly. So in order to see that, bear with me just a moment. Let me find my spreadsheet. Okay, here is our spreadsheet, and we can zoom in a little bit on this. And the way we have it set up is column A is the phone number, column B is the first name, column C is the last name, and column D contains the amount they owe us. Hopefully you're not letting your customers get up to $12,345. But that's just to show you that. And then we would upload, choose that list, basically select the contact list, upload. I would go to my desktop and I would find my fitness collections. Please wait. And then it would continue mapping. I would manually name columns because I don't want it to name that my columns anything other than B, C, and D, because that's how I reference them. So continue. Okay, 2 numbers associated with existing contacts. That's only because I use fake numbers that I use with everything. We can merge with existing contacts. Say continue. And the last thing is you would agree to the terms of service. You must agree to that. So you click on that, say continue. And then you would successfully be done, uploaded, and our campaign, which is right here, is all ready to go. Okay, I'm not going to send it out because the phone numbers are fake phone numbers, but this is how we would do it. Okay, so this is basically the way to create your CallFire collection IVR for the fitness programs or for gyms or such things. Any kind of small business really can use this. So if you have any questions, feel free to call into us. And thank you for watching this CallFire video.